Hello, everyone. Happy Friday, and welcome into ZeldaSpeedRuns. Today we have the OoTR Randomizer Standard Tournament Season 7 Quarterfinals. This is a race between Xavi and Drew. Tracking today, we've got Emerald, Mousy, and Palm, and on commentary, we have Hollow Logic and KLO 1313. I'm going to hand it over to the commentators. Hope you enjoy the race.
Thank you very much, Golden Devil.
We
do
everyone.
have a good race coming up for you today. Xavi, the second seed overall in the tournament, coming up against Drooness. These two runners do know each other very well, so I'm sure they've been champing at the bit to get at each other.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm expecting a really
Very
fun race.
Very similar number of races between each of them. Very similar win rates, average time within 33 seconds of each other, so it's lining up to be a good race.
Yep. As for picks today,
How was your day today?
It's been
I've got my coffee,
good.
I've got my drink. Hope chat's all ready to buckle down for this one. We are starting soon.
Yeah. So, I mean, buckling down, hopefully. I mean, we're looking at required only and open Deku from what I saw, which tend to mean a little bit more streamlined, hopefully, but obviously sometimes the bot's just gonna have a mind of its own and make things as awful as it can. So I'm hopeful.
I'm hoping my voice came through earlier because apparently every time we go live on Discord, it disconnects me while keeping me in the room. So I am back now.
You were coming through all right.
I was coming through, thanks. No one else was, but I'm glad I wasn't talking into the void.
No. So hopefully this is going to be a nice, fun race. Like I said, it was open Deku, required only, pre-planted beans, and if I remember saying correctly, one chicken.
Yeah, I mean, one chicken is the pick of the coward, unfortunately, but pre-planted beans wasn't something that people really paid attention to before Season 7, but a lot of people have fallen in love with it, me included. It's basically pre-Scarecrow, other than Fire Temple. But you also get to go fast. You get to go fast upriver. I love that.
True, very true. Fast Upriver is very nice. Of course, if anyone has seen anything else going on, I prefer not having the nice settings on. I like the chaos a little more, but honestly, pre-planted beans has been pretty popular.
Sorry, I was preemptively taking off my jumper as I am getting broiled at the moment. As for the major settings, personally, Open Deku, I still stand by my opinion that Open Deku is objectively bad. But Required Only is one of my personal favorites. So, for those in the chat who may not be aware of it, generally in Ocarina of Time settings, the game tries to make every location, every check reachable. But with Required Only, then only the checks you need to beat the game are guaranteed to be reachable. So you might have the Nocturne of Shadow locked behind Shadow Temple, meaning that entire dungeon is impossible to access.
It also ends up messing with keys in stone dungeons occasionally, where the stone dungeon may be completely uncompletable if the keys are laid out poorly.
Or in progress dungeons, if fire's a medallion, then you can't confirm how far up you can even go.
True.
Once you reach the boss key, you might just get stuck, and the countdown has started. We're about to kick off.
All right, let's hope for a good, fun one. So we are starting on a Serenade and a Zora Sapphire. And we're going quick. Forest, Fire, Xavi taking his time, marking his down. Deku, Jabu, Water Spirit.
Thank you very much, Xavi.
No Shadow.
Don't understand how the top runners get so fast. Stone Shadow in a required only seed.
Always something I love to see.
That was River to Fountain Ganon and Fire Temple Foolish. I saw those two.
Ooh, Foolish Fire? On Forest Mat? I love it. I hate climbing fire.
Ocarina of Time is Bolero, so that's generally a good sign as far as all dungeons goes. It's let's be honest, it's unlikely it's going to be
Very,
required.
very unlikely, which is good. Ice Cavern has a bonus song too.
Nice cavern of bonus. Okay, that was the other one.
Looks like we have a very, very quick divergence here, though. Xavi choosing to immediately go child is interesting.
It's not the standard play. It looks like Drooness is going for the. It's sort of a meta pick. It's not the simplest one. You set the time of day with at the outside Gan's castle tip to the very start of night time, and then you do Zora's River with the beans, and that means by the time you get to Adult Kakariko, you are at the start of daytime, and that looked like strength 1 on the lower pillar in River.
Oh, alright. It's nice to have early. We did have River to Phantom Ganon, though, so having
I
strength
think
1...
that was a. Yeah? It looked like a bum bag in the upper River.
Wallet.
So, oh, it's a wallet.
Oh.
It's hard to see at night.
So my brain's sitting here already playing with, okay, so what... Is that strength 1 path, or are we looking at, like, possibly... You know, somehow Fire Temple locks our access? Because that's where I immediately go when I see a wallet in a path location. 30 Skull Hover Boots.
Skull Hover Boots. It's
For
an
Stone Shadow?
interesting one. You do have Stone Shadow, but I've been burnt too many times by deciding I don't need to go into Shadow, especially when it comes to required only. But there's a lot of checks in there. It's 12 of them.
Oh yeah,
items.
no, that's not something you want to see early. Is that 30 skulls? Do I commit to it?
We do have
Yeah, I would
Fire Temple when it
expect
comes
that's
to logical requirements, so. Igor on his Dead Frost today. Now, while there may be a divergence right at the very start, it isn't really that big a divergence because they are just gonna cover each other's ground.
Oh, of course.
Drooness is doing a very standard adult opening.
Oh.
Not happy with their angle there, by the looks of it.
Foolish market. Alright, so we've got Song of Time from Epona's, which, I mean, I don't hate having it early. It's just one of those, it's a comfort thing with Water Temple. I hate the idea of it just being missing when I'm like, where's my boss key?
Song you want to have, but it's not a song that you're happy to see early. It only ever really comes into play much later on. But that was a very good River from Drooness, hitting both the tricks pretty quickly. The upper one is not the hardest trick, but the lower one is, for me, it's a very inconsistent one, so getting it first try.
Yeah.
The setup I've not actually seen before. Looks consistent, though.
Yeah. So I figured this might be what Xavi was thinking about going child first, is really trying to lean into this open Deku pick.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a very fair assessment. If you pull a hook shot or a bow or a bum bag or a hammer, something that's useful as adult before doing your Kakariko dip, you can clear some of the Goron City side of things. You can clear some of the rest of Kakariko. So.
Yep, exactly. So I don't hate the play. I assumed that's what he was doing with the immediate child, was just trying to push this open Deku pick. 40 is a bow.
Bow on 40. This is a very awkward set of skulls. Because they're both items. They're both useful items, but not required. Not 100% required. You might need them, you might not.
That might
the
be
50
the
was a
only
red
bow.
rupee. Yeah.
And that's what we're looking at, is it possibly the only bow?
That's the concern when you've got required only. Shadow Temple has a lot of space to eat up duplicates. Can eat up the rest of your bomb bags, can eat up your other magic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, another strength in
Ooh.
logic, so... Oh, wow. So we found a Goron Tunic in Kakariko, so the wallet for Fire Temple clear, probably not necessary, but then we found a second strength in Deku Tree.
Deku Sphere 1, you need nothing to access that with Open Deku, so either the wallet is Path to Phantom Ganon, or it's Strength 2. So either...
Or we're looking at Hookshot on Frogs 1.
Or Hookshot on Frogs 1, that is also very much a possibility.
That's where I'm thinking right now. After seeing that other strength, I'd probably be considering right now.
We'll see when we get Saria's song.
Ooh. Early Rang.
Replanted beans paying off almost immediately.
Alright.
Is interesting. We'll see what songs we'll see what Saria has for us.
Yeah. Oh, we got another major item here. Yeah. 2. Oh wow.
2.
Open Deku is very.
This is why Open Deku is a bad setting.
This is why it's a bad setting. Bomb bag. Open Deku is a perfectly fine setting if you just go ahead and turn on, Dungeon Entrance Randomizer with it. Perfectly fine.
That's very true. That's very true. But no, with Open Deku, going child first does make a lot of sense because of this exact situation. You've got Xavi being able to go into Adult Kakariko with the bomb bag, so it can do the Re-Dead Grotto. And it's the little time saves like that are going to be... that really do add up at this level of play.
That was light arrows on Dompe race there, so at least that's out of the way.
Yeah, again, not particularly useful to begin with, but it's a weight off your mind throughout the mid-game and the end-game. You just don't need to worry about it.
Watching Xavi skip these easy skulls when we know 40 and 30 are both something. I mean, 30... questionable something, but... Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking, is if all the bows are locked up somewhere bad, that could be a big mistake later.
Good, but you do have Vanilla Child spawn, so these 3 or 4 skulls aren't that far out of the way. It's a nice little nest egg, a nice little cache.
Yeah, just having to redip for him is never fun.
With bombs and boomerang... nah, we're not at 30 yet. If we get Ruto's letter, I think we would be, but...
Maybe?
Just bombs and boomerang would get you 20, but don't think 30. Close. Probably only one other...
yeah, like everyone's saying, I think Ruto's would do it because we'd be looking at, bottle skulls plus access.
Yeah. One thing is for sure, though, that 30 is going to be in logic pretty early. When you've got the idea of a wallet leading to Phantom Ganon, a way to cross the bridge in a fire temple is... It is a possibility.
It's not something
a nice one, but it is.
Oh, we got an early dip into Dodongo's stone. It is, I mean, pretty dense as well.
It's pretty dense. There's 7 items in here, but this is another thing that Xavi's going to be able to eke back time on. Coming in here with the bomb bag is significantly faster than doing it with... Scale?
Yeah, Scale and Midos, and then a Zora Tunic, so that wallet is definitely nothing.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking, hold on. Unless we're talking Blue Fire for King Zora for some like Paradox letter garbage, it's probably nothing.
Yeah. And that one's unlikely in these settings, personally.
Very. Oh man,
This
Kokiri
child
Swords
is paying out well.
another scale. What?
I was gonna say scale's a nice thing to show up early because just for movement's sake.
It's actually a
unlikely.
huge. Go ahead.
It doesn't lock that many locations or items, but being able to get into river, being from Lost Woods in your first child, it's just nice. It's just nice movement.
I was actually excited to see that because we had the Water to Baronade path hint. So if Iron Boots end up being problematic, we have more access now.
Yeah, that's true. Well, you do need the long shot for that. And usually that long shot's one of the later items, especially when it comes to required only.
Very true, very true.
Oh, you're right, Iron Boots can also end up being one of your last items. Probably about 20% of my seeds have ended up being Water Temple Access Go mode.
Yep. I've had that a lot, and having that early is a bit of a, weight off. The only time it really hurts is Boss Key Central Pillar or Gold Scales actually inside of Water Temple, but Right Hand is dead, Bigoron is dead.
It's a little mystery what's in Water Temple, though. So.
Oh, yeah. Very little.
At least what it leads to.
We got a big chest on the bomb bag. Oh, no. Please put that back. Oh, wait, Bigoron's dead. Never mind, we're good.
We already have the dead Bigoron. Unfortunate it's not a frog, but... Frog is the only useful thing once you know Bigoron is dead, so you can do that.
Frog Warp.
A neat little movement trick. And that's true, it was a foolish domain as well. That's a good point.
Mm-hmm. So with Foolish Domain, Bigoron dead, and both Tunics, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm forgetting something, we can straight rule the wallet out. So we're literally looking at Strength or Frogs 1 being our path in Zora's River.
Having a Strength 2 as the path isn't something unheard of, isn't out of the...
Oh, no, not at all.
Far from out of the way if we get Requiem relatively early.
That is a convenient placement for that slingshot. He can go right back and do the slingshot mini game now. He's not going to.
Not going to, but... That's true, that is Deku completion in logic.
Mm-hmm.
Although it made too much of a difference at the moment, considering with Jabu on the Water Medallion, we know we're going to need to get into Water Temple one way or another to even get the Burning Kakariko song.
Yep. Correct.
Yeah, I believe Drooness did see the market foolish, but with the number of seeds, the number of seeds I've played is a lot less than these two, and the muscle memory is strong when it comes to Child 1.
Yeah, very true. I could also see chat saying fishing for chews when you don't have the bomb bag yet.
That is true. You have a slow fish, but... before I've even touched Mido or something, I tend to only dip, tend to only look at the brown chests rather than doing mini games.
Oh, do we have time of day to hit it? Are we gonna lose time? I think we might.
I think we're fine.
Ooh, it's gonna be really tight. Nope, not
Oh.
quite.
Ah.
Rough.
We do have a vanilla child spawn though, so it's not a huge loss.
No, not at all.
And there is storms. This is where having that scale is incredibly nice. You know you've got something in river. Now you don't even need to worry about your routing. You just go
Yep.
straight to. You don't need to worry about climbing the river. You just go straight there now.
Deku Tree de Volvagia.
That was a bomb bag, I believe.
Yeah, that's a path bomb bag. That's
It is required only.
Yeah, no, that tracks. That's not necessarily something I love to see early, but at the same time, it doesn't hurt.
May
And the
feel
thing
like
is,
a bit of a waste of hint.
yeah. So, I'm trying to think, is it? I mean, it's probably just because you need something bomb locked in the bottom of Fire Temple, more than likely.
I'd assume it's for the key.
Yeah. Oh, we even have a 20 skills hint being dead. Wow.
Yeah, unfortunately knowing 20 is dead isn't exactly too helpful when the threat of 30 and 40 looms over you.
I'd be more concerned, like, if 20 was something, then they'd be more inclined to push 30-40, but with 20 being dead as well, it's like, even less wanting to do this now. Oh, this is a Child Goron City play rather than River. Interesting.
Somewhat bold when you can only do one of the checks, but
That's what I think too.
it's not. I guess it's not a huge variance in routing, considering all you need to do is blow this guy up and then head back into the shortcut.
Yeah.
So it's
And
it's
I've
a
been burned
40,
by this
50,
little dude way too often.
40-50 seconds excursion for what could be an awkward item.
Yeah.
Wasn't today, but could well have been. There's a reason Child Goron City is infamous.
It's true.
It's one of the most awkward locations in the game to route. Find a good time to do it.
Yeah. Very true, very true. Alright, here comes the river play. We'll get to see if it is indeed strength 2, or if we're looking at
Something leading to a hook shot.
Yeah. Frogs 1.
No rupees there as a child, unfortunately, Xavi.
Yep.
And now getting the news about the hover boots after going past the skulls in the Deku tree.
Yeah. Probably a little bit upsetting, but at the same time, when you know it's Stone Shadow, you're probably like, oh, maybe I'm going to be lucky and there's nothing. Oh, that's the other thing we didn't consider. There was also strength in Deku Tree that could have been the path, not just the bomb bag.
Yeah, strength 2 for fire. Definitely a possibility. We'll see if we find any more bombs on the way.
Yeah.
And the froggies give us...
Or are we looking at some curse? Because that'd be both strengths being pointed at already. Yeah, we might be looking at something cursed with these strengths.
What songs have we got? We've got Serenade, Song of Time.
Prelude and Storms.
Prelude and Storms.
Yeah,
the indication is that the indication to me here is that Requiem's early.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Or the left side of Maze, as chat mentioned. That's another good.
Requiem or Opponents is early, but because oof. We're getting 30 for Requiem.
From volume, the likely option is that Requiem's early, but hookshot in the left side of Goron City's Boulder Maze is definitely a possibility.
Very true. Yeah, no, that's... Ooh.
may
Yeah,
not
well,
be
the
an
pun is
awful
nice.
puzzle to solve, but it's definitely a puzzle at the moment.
Yeah. Yeah, Rudo's letter should be in Pathwater, which is correct.
Yeah, we have the scale, we have the boomerang. Something is whatever's in water is leading to Joe's letter.
Well, we're gonna start grabbing these skulls now.
And that's something Drew can do over Xavi, but personally for this early game, I think Xavi's definitely rooted better, having picked up that bomb bag, having picked up the strength 2 for the trip into adult. Because with the bomb bag, you go into Goron City as an adult.
Yeah.
And with the strength 2, we're going to get our first strength 2 lock check, which is the left side of the boulder maze. So that
Is
might
true.
be the puzzle solved through Xavi's adult 1 instead of having to wait for adult 2.
Mm-hmm.
Horse might be stupid deep. A horse
Is at least
is probably quite deep.
a horse is definitely reachable. Horse is 100% because we know we need to get Jabu, and I mean there is a very tiny realistic world where ZL is not reachable in this seed. I think looking at it, I don't believe we hard requires ZL for any dungeon. Like water could just have an available boss key. Jabu we got scales. Spirit
It's
just no ZL lock
it,
keys.
yeah, theoretically it is possible because water, both the items that are not ZL locked in water. Oh wait, there's only the one check that's not ZL locked in water, isn't there? The ZL is definitely required because we need to get an item out of there as well, unless it's on Morpha.
I was gonna say, isn't compass chest and then map chest both logically available, and then Morpha. So it's 3 total checks.
Yeah, compass chest. And we've also got
yep.
in Spirit Temple.
We did
Could be
pull
Zelda's
magic
Lava.
out of Lake though, so that is possibly a really big one.
Was that gold scale or was that fishing?
Fishing, I believe.
Fishing. Okay.
It was either fishing or Rudo's letter check. I saw the magic when he was going into. It was the letter. Okay, it was Rudo's letter check.
Letter. Okay. Xavi is on my side today, buying the shield.
Ugh, gross. Tuning out. Bye, everybody.
Sometimes you just gotta buy a shield.
Yeah, I can understand.
Maybe not in this one, because you know the mirror shield is out there somewhere. Just wait.
Just wait. Oh, it's fine. It'll be fine. Nothing's gonna go wrong.
No problem, we do try, Miss Dagger. Sometimes we even know what we're talking about.
Sometimes. I don't promise often.
So, now we'll see how much Xavi, how many benefits Xavi reaps from ordering child 1, then adult 1.
So, Drooness is just
It wasn't
covering
a route
Xavi's tracks.
Yeah, it wasn't a route I thought of personally with Open Deku to just go immediately child, but this is why Xavi's Seed 2.
Yeah, no. Anytime it's open deco and it's not some kind of dir, that's generally what I would want to do myself. But again, this is why Xavi's Seed 2.
Why Xavi's Seed 2 and I finished 3 qualifiers. And this also makes sense. The entirety of field is in logic. We've got a gold scale, so
Yep. Colossus's right hand is still nothing.
we're gonna see the Tektite Grotto. Doesn't look like it. It makes sense. You want to make getting to Kakariko during the day is much more important than checking that one grotto.
Yes, 100%.
Welcome in, Raiders from ZolGG.
Yo, Raiders!
You have entered the quarterfinal of Season 7 of Ocarina of Time Randomizer. We have Xavi versus Drew. The settings are Open Deku and Required Only, so only the items that they need to beat the seed are guaranteed to be accessible. It's also one chicken, but, you know.
Yeah, no one likes doing chickens. Even on one,
Just
I don't
ban
like
chickens.
doing it. Just ban them,
Ban
yeah.
chickens. It could have scummed the time of day. It's a lot of investment for a Tektite Grotto, though. Especially when you can just do it whenever. You're going to have Prelude very soon.
Yeah. I was going to say, admittedly, when you do have gold scale this early, it lives a little bit in my head like, maybe that's just what the seed wants, but nah, not too worried usually.
The other thing is it's one of the checks you can do as both adult and child when you have gold scales, so
Correct.
there's even more routing options for it. At 5 chickens is the optimum number of chickens.
That's
Anything above it's awkward, anything below it is a baby seed.
That's just mean is what that is. 5 chickens?
If it means you don't need to jump over the fence.
I suppose, yeah. You know, I guess that's true, yeah.
We are going to see Xavi reaping the benefits of this, as mentioned. Looking at the route he's taken through Adult Kakariko, this is ending at the Death Mountain Trail. Going straight up. And with that strength too, I'm getting the feeling it's the Boulder Maze. I think this is
I can see it.
Definitely going to pay off. Thinking a hook shot on the left. Will they be done sub 2 hours? It's very dependent on seed. Very, very dependent on seed. With the draft settings in Season 7, we have seen a lot of variance. There have been multiple 4-hour seeds. I don't think we're going to see it with these settings, but
yeah,
they have been very cruel at times.
Can confirm. Can confirm.
How long was your last seed, Hollow?
Let's not talk about it, shall we? All seeds can sub 4. My last one did not, but that was more, user error, not seed error. Admittedly, partially seed error too. Seed was mean, but let's not go into that.
When in doubt, blame the person who rolled it.
I mean, do you blame the person who rolled it, or do you blame the person who picked the settings?
That's true. That's true. Depends how much they brag about picking bad settings.
I mean, again, I like my bad settings. They're fun. Like, honestly, that's the whole reason I've been doing this one so much, is because I like the bad settings. I think they make for a more fun experience for me personally. And I know a few other people who agree on that. that just these awful settings we don't get to play with very often are actually pretty entertaining. They do make for a little higher frustration cap, but that's okay.
Yeah, variety's the spice of life.
Exactly. See.
And there's Xavi getting the information about that bow now.
Yeah, not a happy.
Yeah, and required only. I've been playing a lot of League, which is the other major setting that has required only switched on. And if bomb bag or bow are in confirmed weird locations, it gets to you. It gets to you.
Oh yeah.
Will we see Xavi doing Stone DC? Personally, I always do it.
Oh, he tricked me. How? Oh no, he realized the
using
beam
a
was
leaf.
pointed. Never mind. Okay, he realized I wanted to run up here. I can get a ride.
Actually, there's a possibility that he's still going to do Dongo's Cavern, but quite a lot of the time I will go up here, do Goron City, Crater, Trail, and then go do Cavern.
That's true. I've been known to do that as well.
Also, when you've got Strength 2 path, pushing into Dongo's Cavern as quickly as possible is also a very valid
Storm's
routine.
blocked. Oh, I mean, you already got magic.
And,
that's
yeah.
actually a really nice pickup early.
Early magic, early furores. It's definitely what you want to see, especially when you've got, Jabu in play. You've got Water Temple to do. You've got Spirit to do, but you've not got Requiem. It shakes up what you feel able to do.
Exactly.
And there is a big on the left side. Is it a hook shot?
Right?
It's a fish.
Emotional support fish! Oh no! What if it's telling us we need 30 skulls?
You need 30 skulls, gives you a fish just to make it feel better.
Okay, now we definitely have 30.
Yeah, that's 100% 30 skulls in Logic now.
Oh yeah. Oh, that... I'm sure the runners aren't the most thrilled about seeing that, but I am.
Does a bottle put 40 in Logic?
I don't think so. I think we're getting close, but I don't think we're quite there.
Yeah, you'd start needing dungeon skulls to put 40
Hovers
in Logic.
might do it though. So if you get
hovers to get into Fire Temple. If hovers is involved here, it's not going to be the bow that's the issue with skulls with the bottle.
Oh.
If there's something that's needed, it's going to be the reaching.
Frank's coming in with info. We should be at 38 plus 3 and well if they are logically available. We don't have ZL yet, so we don't know if they're logically available or not yet.
Yeah.
I could not tell what was on that peak. I don't know if anyone else got a good look at it. But
I have trouble when I have a full screen and it's my own and it's my own emulator, let alone looking at someone else's. What I can tell you though is it's not shiny.
Yeah, no. Which is, something.
Generally speaking, if it's shiny, you don't need it. If it isn't, you might.
Yeah, and that's the nerve-wracking moment here. Is that something we're gonna be very sad we don't have?
There's Hylia to Twin Rover. We did get magic.
Yeah, we got the magic there.
But we do have an entire adult lake that we haven't done.
Yep, and we have pre-planted beans. So it's doable.
Yeah, we could have done that from the start.
Yeah, but who wants to hike all the way down to adult lake for the fun? Why are we buying beans?
Emotional support bean.
Emotional support bean. Okay, so Inka's saying 31 in logic on Hamster's tracker without bottle, which includes well skulls.
Okay.
River BK in Water Temple. I'm very glad we have Song of Time early then.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, you've got you probably don't worry that much. Personally, I wouldn't worry that much about it being in River after I've already picked up the Ocarina of Time hint.
No,
'Cause you know it's not Song of
absolutely.
Time. So really it's just okay, I can't beat water until something.
Yeah.
I just have to play the seed until I get it. It's gonna be there on my route somewhere, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna pick it up at some point. If this is a bottle for 30, we're either looking at a hookshot early in Fire Temple, or we're getting pushed to Spirit through
Oh,
Requiem and Bolero.
I'm gonna tell you right now, the hope that this is 30 required purely for Fire Temple access hover boots. Oh, just chef kiss. I'm gonna
Uh,
love it.
This is Season 7. We've
It
seen
is.
plenty of weird stuff.
Oh, but fire is foolish. Don't forget. So
Fire is foolish, that's true. But there's a song there, and there's
there's no
multiple
ZL
things that
yet.
we haven't. Yeah, we've not got ZL, we've not got Requiem, we've not got Nocturne because we've got Magic. Every song that's remaining does lock checks that we're not
Oh
that
yeah.
far off accessing. And with 2 strengths already, if it is Requiem, that's a big chunk of Spirit Temple in Logic.
So my thought is actually not even on it being ZL or anything on Bolero. I'm thinking ZL on potential Temple of Time behind Fire Temple.
Yeah, that's another one. We've got 2 songs that are locked behind crossing that bridge and crater. Bolero is very far out of the question at the moment.
Oh yes. Oh, I mean, I would take it personally. I really like having my double defense.
There's
There's the
there's a
argument for not
big,
getting it.
there's a big that Drooness wasn't able to pick up. We do know what's in Tectite Grotto now. It is double defense. Considering Drew only has 3 hearts, that's always nice to pick up. But having gone into Deku Tree first, Xavi is about to pick up another big chest. There's a second one in the bomb wall here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can skip heart chests with it now because with that wallet you don't need. You've got the Goron tunic, so you don't need to worry about Fire Temple timings.
Yep. Let's see what this big chest has. Let's see what Drew's gonna have to re-dip for. I'm wondering if that's where he's going right now. If he's got that, little voice in the back of the head saying, "Hey, you might want to go back for that Deku Seed bullet
Sort of
bag."
a slingshot.
Yeah.
We are going to see it, but we're seeing Drew go to Goron City and Crater. The same. It's the same route Xavi's doing, but Xavi's able to do it in Adult 1 instead of this second go around.
Grabbing a couple.
This really is where, at the quarterfinal levels of the main brackets, this is where races are made and broken. DC Armos push is not in Logic without Dungeon Entrance Randomizer. It's not an enabled trick. I don't believe.
I don't believe so. I think you're correct. I'm not certain. I could be corrected on that, and I'd be okay with that.
Oh yeah, as I said, commentators mostly, occasionally, 50% of the time we know 100% of the time.
Sometimes we know what we're talking about. I'm not going to say often.
Yeah. And we are seeing Drooness head back into Dongo's cavern. Not going to take a huge amount of time to do. He did set the shortcut.
Mm-hmm.
Xavi's already a good bit further ahead in progress alone. He's currently the back of Dodongo's Cavern and Goron City / crater ahead.
Okay.
You have not seen the minuet check yet, no, but it is not in logic at the moment. I mean, it could revolve around what's on the minuet check. You know, if Saria or minuets on Bolero. There are a lot of possibilities going on at the moment. I think a lot of this seed at the moment is going to revolve around what is the song check in the crater.
I mean, it might still be Bottle Wath, but yeah, no,
Yeah,
this could completely break it.
You're right, Inko, in chat, that minuet check can give us that. That would be us going out of logic to get around that, though, rather than...
That being, you know...
Yeah, rather than
unrequired.
That being the issue. It's not a huge time sink to pick up the reward, but it's slower. It's just objectively slower. You know you don't need the Song of Time. You know you don't need the Song of Time song. You don't need the song on Ocarina of Time. And it dumps you at the Kakariko village entrance, so there's some walking as well. You're right in that it's only, you know, 40 seconds, 45 seconds, but plenty of races have been decided on less time.
This is true. Even their average is only about 20 seconds apart, so...
Yeah, that's right. 33 seconds is all that separates their average finish times.
Oh, Nocturne there. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh.
It's nice movement.
I mean, it's movement, yeah. It's movement.
It's not what you want, but it's nice movement.
No, it's absolutely not what you want. I don't want to find that. Get that out of here.
I want that to be my Burning Kakariko song, and for, you know, Water Medallion to be my very last thing.
I'd just rather that be on OOT and Beetle only settings.
Yeah.
Oh, just tell me Shadow's done. Just tell me I'm never allowed to go there. Cool.
Honestly, the best required only seed I've seen was one that you started Adult in the Temple of Time, and it told you Ocarina of Time is Zelda's Lullaby on the 4 hint stones outside with Stone Shadow. It's just immediately, oh, well, there's about 25% of the game that I don't need to worry about.
What do we have here? Nothing. So you already did dive. What are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
He's resetting the bean plant.
Oh, that's fair. Forgot he didn't have hook shot.
It's very slightly faster.
Yeah.
I think it's slightly faster to set it. Yeah. I've barely ever played with proof-planted beans, so I constantly forget.
A lot of my opponents...
if you practice with it, you're gonna get pretty good at it.
Oh, yeah.
At the routine.
A lot of the people I've been playing have been picking one chicken, and I'm pretty stark against picking anything that makes the seed nicer or easier, so I don't pick it either.
One chicken's a waste of a pick, in my opinion.
So
we're looking at the magic, or shoot the sun. Air Shield is AWOL at the moment. It can be one of the most awkward items to find, since there's only 3 checks in the game that it locks.
Yeah.
4 in this case, because the only thing the medallion locks is the light arrow cutscene. Some field checks, valley, hover boots on 30 to unlock everything in the crater. We did get a hint for 20, so we do know 20's dead, but 10 skulls as well is another option. And 10 is available from the very start of the game. I think it's 13? It's 13 skulls that are available Sphere 1 with no items, and picking 10 of them up is maybe the slowest thing known to man.
Yeah.
4 checks that can't have the mirror shield.
Lon to Morpha. That was Song of Time because the boss key's in the river.
Yeah. Ugh. That's a wasted. It's not what you want to see.
Yeah, that's... Yep. Oh. Drew's sitting here trying to get a better look at that. I shake the screen. I still can't tell. I still did not even get it there. I'm going to tell you right now.
Me neither. I'm pretty sure Drew didn't either. I think the thought is it's going to show up at some point. Okay, that was Saria's song on Burning Kakariko. Well, there's our mirror shield. That's something not to worry about.
Speaking of.
So, Forest is the light medallion. Okay. So completing Forest Temple doesn't grant us anything. So for all we know, what Forest Temple's logically the last dungeon to be completed. We get to jump over Mido's head, so that doesn't matter.
I see it's starting to feel a little bit,
There's a bottleneck somewhere.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm feeling a little bottlenecked right now.
There's a bottleneck in this seed, and I think we're gonna run into it soon.
I'm kind of worried for the runners that it is indeed that 30 skull hover boots, and that's just mean.
I mean, it's happened to me multiple times.
Hover
boots I know. Being your only way across. I mean, my first league seed had both hook shots in Fire Temple with hovers on 40. Having that boomerang, having the bottle, having bombs, a lot of your skulls are open.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward because you have no hookshot for all those nice, easy dungeon skulls that most people's skull routing.
Oh, here we go, Xavi. I don't know if there's a time of day start if he's going to start doing skulls here. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Yeah.
I don't think you have much of a choice anymore.
Oh, unfortunately. You have a boomerang. First thing you do, in my opinion, you set this one. Skulltula saving his life. A good thing.
Yep.
I hate doing this without hookshot for one. But doing this one first is nice. It sets your time of day. Since you've got a boomerang, it's nice to have that first because now you can go child at night time. You can start picking up your lake skulls.
Yep.
You have 3 more skulls in Lon Lon Ranch that are accessible. You've got the 2 that you skipped in Deku Tree, with the 3rd bonus DLC skull in the back if you want to please the fans on Restream.
I don't think they have a choice now, do they?
Well, we're going to see a Nocturne first, I would think.
I could imagine, but...
That gives you Dampé, and it gives you 6 skulls from Graveyard and Night Kakariko. Although we're probably getting the guardhouse first.
Yeah. All right. But not grabbing the Hyrule Castle skull? Or are we doing this to preserve as much time as possible because you can play a song out of there?
I think you're doing it to getting Dampé on the way is more important than a single skull. I mean, you probably could still get Dampe if you ran out, hit the tree, killed the skull, and then immediately warped. But
do you want to risk it? I don't want to play that game.
as said in chat, we've got about 40 skulls in Logic. Skipping one when you've got Serenade, it's nighttime. It's not awful.
No.
For all you know, you're about to pick up a hook shot on Dampe and break the seed open.
I mean, true, but at the same time, I would not expect it. With what the seed's telling us, I think the seed is telling us some really unkind things right now.
I mean, the thing is, now that we know Saria's song is on Burning Kakariko, the River to Famgan hint is probably pointing at the song.
Yep.
Probably pointing it away to Minuet rather than hookshot directly.
Yep. Goodbye, emotional support fish. Bye-bye.
Fortunately, I think we're going to need emotional support later on. It won't be able to serve its purpose.
Yeah.
So, as Xavi hits 7 skulls, is going to have 12 by the time they leave Kakariko at the moment.
Yep.
Check that. We'll be the first to check that 10 skulls. Well, other than doing the well first. Personally, I always hate going into the well without Zelda's Lullaby, but at this point, the seed
I
is
agree.
looking this dry.
Yeah.
You don't have much of a choice now.
Yep. 100% agree. I don't love doing it, but you gotta find something here eventually, right?
Yep, there's a bottleneck somewhere.
Just where?
Wouldn't that have to point to Strength 2 locking Hammer if it's pointing to the song? Maybe not. Maybe it's pointing to Iron Boots.
Yep.
You need the Iron Boots to get to Jabu.
The seed started with a bit of a stacked Deku and then said no. Just no, I don't want to.
Yeah. You need Iron Boots to get to Ice Cavern as well, if Minuet's there.
Yeah. Well, no, we know Ice Cavern's
Opponents, yeah.
Oh, we actually have something down here. We're gonna open Deku and then just give you the Cade Sword anyway.
It makes a dead hand easier.
It does. It does. It makes it.
I'm struggling for benefits here. It's the only one.
Yep. I mean, it makes some of these Night Skulls a little bit less like I have to worry about how many sticks I have.
It does some fun stuff for Dungeon Entrance Randomizer, but we didn't pick that.
Nope.
Picked Open Deku instead.
Yep. Like Inko said, saves you some sticks when you're doing 30 skulls.
Yeah, that's very true. You get to keep a fast spider kill, but... And there's the Mirror Shield for Drooness as well.
That's a terrible run. That's a walk to me.
Well, looking very dry.
Unfortunately.
We still have two we still have an out of logic check in the back and the basement, but I've only seen the one key, and it was the key that was picked up, so I'm pretty sure at this point the back is Lullaby locked.
Oh yeah, almost definitely. Or it could just be never accessible. For all we know, there could be a key here.
I didn't get a good look at the key next, the chest next to the like. I think it might have been a key, but it's a lot easier to peek those quickly when it's your own screen. Okay, yeah, there's the other key. One way or another, the back's dead.
So all skulls are never logical. Here, but this is
big. And none of the skulls are logical, but you could have gone and picked that one up.
Yep. Oh, no, no, no.
We've got... We can open Shadow Temple.
Can't do anything
The,
there
the
yet.
hovers, the hovers are getting more and more integral.
Put that back. Oh gosh, Goron Pot. That's right. We have another Goron City check in Logic now.
Yeah.
No, that
The
gives us
very...
one check. That gives us Goron City Pot.
Yeah.
Oh, Pot's dead though. That's right.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah. Uh, yeah,
doesn't mean I
and
can't laugh.
every other fire check is out of the way. Xavi?
Do we have a? Do we have an FPA here?
You may have seen a crash, but I
Yeah, I
don't
mean
know
he
if
was in
there's
the
going to
middle of a
be...
save quit, so of all the times to crash, that would be the best.
Well, the thing is, we can see the Nintendo 64 logo, so to me that indicates it has saved.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, of all the times he could crash, this is like the most
Oh, it's
opportune. So
the best. If I was to schedule a crash, I would schedule a crash now.
I think his emulator hard crashed is what people are saying there. Yeah.
He hasn't FPA'd. See that much, but
Yeah, we need to start
yeah, the
sketching out a
timer's still
crash.
going, so his stream's fine. It might be an OBS. It might be worth is be worth putting him. See if if his OBS is working. Is functioning.
Oh. Yeah, we've seen this happen once before where OBS randomly froze.
Yeah. It
Oh, this
burnt
could be
one of the
really bad.
colas.
I don't know how to let him know either.
I believe that would be our restreamers. I don't know. I'm not saying. We can tell him, but there is a 20-minute restream delay.
Yep.
To as an
So he's actually
anti-cheating
20 minutes
purpose.
ahead of where we're seeing.
So what we are seeing is him 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, someone go to his house. Quick.
For now, we've got Drooness.
Yeah,
Our
I
feed.
mean, it's still someone to watch.
Drooness has also accepted their fate.
Yep. Yeah, we're still getting audio from him, from what we understand.
Which was... Yeah.
Yeah, no, like I said, we've had this happen at least once before, and it was, I think it was Cola had the issue. I don't know exactly who it was, I think.
Yeah.
Where OBS just decided, we're gonna freeze up the video for no good reason.
Analyzes people with one monitor. On the plus side, I can still see Xavi's tracker, so if he does pick up a item, I can see it.
Is it still moving?
Tracker is just
I mean, his
the,
timer is,
game
so
feed
yeah, I
that's
would
gone.
assume.
Game feed that's
By the way,
dead.
happy 1 hour.
Happy 1 hour, everyone.
We've got thanks going out for the runners, Xavi and Drooness, for letting us watch, the one that we can see at the moment. Palm and Emerald Mousy, thank you both for tracking this. Golden Devil, thank you for restreaming. And KLO, thanks for coming out and talking to me for so long. I know I'm awful.
Someone's got to do it.
Right.
Thank you for commentating as well. I mean, a joke there, but it was you that joined after me, so.
Yeah. We almost didn't have anyone else for this, and I'm like, sure, I can make it happen. Getting to watch Xavi and meme on him for, multiple hours. Okay,
Not the
so
setup I've seen for the coffin, but
I am getting confirmation we do have an FPA call on Xavi's side for this. Well, because I mean he's gonna have to take a minute to get his OBS, but that's a 20-minute in the stream future, So
yeah, we'll tell you that now because I will 100%. I can 100% guarantee you now. I will not remember, and I will get worried in 20 minutes' time. But for now, since Xavi just finished the well, with this much of a bottleneck, we're going to see Drew do the same.
Yep. We get to watch Xavi's tracker at least, hopefully.
Yeah. There's only one icon we're really looking for, though, and that is when do the hover boots appear? Because we have the song. We have the song in Crater. We have the potential for Fire Temple completion for the Prelude song. And we've got the big chunk of Shadow Temple as possibilities as soon as we get hover boots. It's by far the item locking the most things.
Yes.
Not saying they're kind of surprised neither runner took the out of logic well skulls. Can understand not getting the ones in the middle of the well, but I kind of agree on the one in the like cage. Especially when you're going back there anyway. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There's nothing pointing to the well. So really it's only 2 checks in the well. It's not a nice place to go. Oh, when you're back there, yeah, I agree with you on that. On the like cage, it is quite a time sink to go into one or more of the side rooms or the unnecessary rooms in the middle, but I don't know. Skull routing's by far my weakest point in the game, so
Yeah. I'm not awful with skulls, but where I have a big problem with them is understanding how many are in logic at any given time. For anyone tuning in, Xavi's OBS froze. And it's not the OBS entirely, it's something went wrong with his game capture in particular. He has been notified, it is already fixed on his side, but with the 20-minute delay, we're going to be staring at this Nintendo 64 logo for, another 15 minutes or so.
well, we would be staring at it if we didn't have Drew, but we are still seeing Drew.
Oh, yes. Drew is making
more
the
beans.
tedium.
More bean patch skulls. I believe both of them got the 20 hint as well, so this is just
Play for those 30 hovers.
I mean, with some of these bottleneck, like 30, 40, 50 skull bottlenecks, in my experience, some of them come down to who is the more pessimistic runner.
Mm-hmm.
Who accepts their fate first. I think they've both accepted it at relatively similar times.
Yep.
Everything could be hidden in shadow. Everything could be hidden in spirit with Requiem locked behind hovers. There's just so many possibilities that those hover boots unlock, especially if it's Zelda's Lullaby on the crater.
Yeah. Gosh. Like I said, I'm hoping for it to be behind fire, so we also have to find
The hammer.
hammer.
It's fine, it's vanilla hammer. It's vanilla hammer, but you need to go get the bow on 40.
Yeah. I mean, we're already at 30. What's another 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's another 10? Between friends.
It is unfortunately tedious. Even if it's tedious to watch, I can tell you from experience, it's more tedious for the runner.
Oh, my word, is it?
This is...
You know,
I mean, 20 skull bottlenecks are bad. 30 is awful.
just abysmal.
Especially when you are running low on items. Especially when it's for a hook shot. This is where the bottleneck is. There is no hook shot until you've got the hover boost. Drew not picking up bugs. And with bean skulls.
Gotta love doing the bean skulls. Come on.
Oh.
No,
There's
yeah,
grass
there's more
patches.
available. We
That's
all
another
love
thing I'm
bean
not
skulls
good at
here.
is knowing where the bugs are.
Yeah.
I know grottos, generic grottos, and that one rock in graveyard. Those are the only places I know.
Yeah, I know the one in Lost Woods as well. Here we go. Blowing up the boy. Boom.
There are 2 bean patches in Lost Woods, yeah.
Yes.
Or 2 bugs, right.
Are we buying more bombs here, it looks like? Yep.
Yeah, it makes sense. You've got nothing to spend your money on left in the seed. So
Very true.
you've visited your scrubs. You would picked up a tunic without buying it. True bowling's foolish. So there's no reason for money in this seed.
No. No. Going for the skull back here too, because we just need them
So
eventually,
many
right?
skulls available. Got 1 of the 3. 2 of the 3. It's a good ratio of boulders, because the hitboxes on these boulders are... I don't
Awful.
understand them. More bugs.
Abysmal.
Oh, the possibility of worst skull. Worst skull. I don't think we're going to see worst skull.
No. I doubt Worst Skull's going to exist today.
For those who don't know the worst skull is the in the Death Mountain crater as a child. The uppermost entrance there is a crate. It involves climbing the summit as a child. And when you don't have Zelda's Lullaby, that's even worse to do. Because we don't have Minuet or Bolero, so Gorong City is an awful place to get to.
Yeah.
Here's hitting 23. Making use of the time of day at night, skipping the tree skull here in river to go get skulls in the lake, but it is too late. That's
We're gonna do what we gotta do still.
yeah.
This is when you're very, very sad that you don't have sons yet.
Yeah, I mean that's even worse. It's the reason I never choose overworld skull tokens.
I mean,
Because giving me the power to roll a siege with overworld skulls mandates that Sun Song is on Burning Kakariko every time, just to make it as painful as possible.
I love it though. That's half the fun. How painful can we make this?
Yeah. Yep. So Brooke, welcome in. This is a incredibly bottlenecked seed. Beyond Xavi's OBS game feed breaking, which will be fixed, it's just delayed because of the 20-minute restream delay. We have hover boots on 30 skulls, but we have pretty much exhausted everything except from Valley and whatever is past the bridge in Crater.
Yet we're in a very
Whether that's
unhappy
Requiem, whether
place.
that's Zelda's Lullaby. We have access to Shadow Temple as well for those hover boots. We've got probably about 7 items in Shadow Temple. We've got seven items in Shadow Temple. We've got the song, so if that's Zelda's Lullaby, you're adding on another 7 or 8. Talking about 30 checks that are locked behind the hover boots at the moment. Any of which could be our bottleneck. One of them is going to be a hookshot. There's got to be a hookshot somewhere.
One would imagine, but that hookshot could be somewhere really, really nasty, and that's what we're expecting at the moment.
And it wouldn't be unheard of that it's just sitting here in the valley and the hover boots unlock a completely different bottleneck.
I mean, the best part about this to me is we still don't have the hammer. So even if, I mean, it could just be literally walking across to grab ZL and start digging ZL checks looking for the hammer next, because, God,
An
it's
awkward
not been
thing
the
here
kindest.
would be to find the hammer here in the waterfall. That locks 2 dungeons behind hover boots.
What do we got here, Drew?
Yeah. As far as I'm aware, this is basically our last non-skull locked location. And it's just a piece of heart.
And now is the regret moment for picking up that double defense earlier.
Somehow I think the double defense was worth it.
I do too. It's every time I need to death warp for whatever reason, I always regret a double defense.
My thing is anytime I need to death warp in Gerudo Valley, I unconsciously pick up the piece of heart that is in the waterfall.
Yeah.
And then remember, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, this was a death warp moment. I'm a little angry at myself now, but hey. That is what it is.
So we do know from the tracker that Xavi does have the hover boots now.
Yes.
Cannot see what he is doing with the hover boots. I would
We
assume
know they exist.
they're potentially Shadow Temple. Oh, that death warp, it was a good thing that managed to get it in the at nighttime.
Yeah.
What skull is available here at night?
No, he never grabbed the he did the same thing Xavi did where he preserved time of day for Dompe.
I mean, I think the smart routing here would be to Serenade, get the owl, and head through to get the 3 in Donald Ranch.
Technically, I think you could go all the way up to HC3 and get that one too right now, can't you? No one wants that though.
Yeah, you could. It is a
I mean, who
skull.
wants to?
Do you go into Shadow or over to the Bolero check first? You go to Bolero.
Bolero,
'Cause,
100%.
There's potentially more items in Shadow, but the song is vastly more powerful. So the song is more powerful just from the list of songs that are left to pick up.
Mm-hmm.
The chances are it's Zelda's Lullaby or Requiem. And both of those immediately give you stuff to do. Especially Requiem, that gives you basically the entire first 2 or 3 floors of Spirit Temple accessible.
Oh, at least.
We got 2 strengths
Plus
early.
another song, like, yeah.
And we've got a strength path to Phantom Ganon. So putting the hook shot in Adult Spirit does not sound like a
It sounds like something
stretch
that...
to me.
No, it doesn't sound like a stretch, but it sounds like something only a mean, evil being of hatred would do, which, honestly, we've all had our experiences with Autobot, so I'm not surprised.
I was about to say, you have played this game before, haven't you?
Yeah. We've all had our experiences with Autobot, so zero shock. We had.
Victor's song is Requiem, okay, yeah. Pretty much as expected.
Yeah, not terribly surprised there. Let's see if he heads over to do that immediately, though, too.
Yeah.
Because
We'll stay with Drooness for now.
Yeah. Not like I can actually watch.
Stay with the stuff we can actually see.
Mm-hmm.
Considering they're only 3 skulls away. The spaces hookshot can be have widened now. I don't think it's going to be too long until we find it.
You know, they've widened, but they're still unpleasant in most ways.
Spirit Temple's not that bad. It's slow if your key's on child side, but you've got fire. You've got fire source. You've got strength 2. Yeah, hop in it as a child. You go in, personally, in my opinion, you go in as an adult, check the boulder room, cross your fingers that it's either hookshot or a key. If not, then you just go child. You've got prelude. Pick up your key there, immediately go back adult.
I agree with
you're
that
talking. Yeah, you're talking. What is it? There's 14 items in Spirit Temple, and without a hookshot, it's only the boss that's locked out. So theoretically, you've got 13 items accessible out in Spirit Temple alone. So to me, that's what I'd do.
I agree, 100%. That's what I'd be going to do. I'd actually probably just... I mean, you should still check the boulder, I guess, first, but that'd probably be the last thing I would want to do. Because if you nothing else, if it's not a key, you're going to go child to get a key just to climb adult anyway, so I'd go child first, personally.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense because you can go...
and then climb adult.
Makes sense because it's potentially your hookshot in those 2 checks anyway, so... You're going to want to check them at some point, might as well do them first.
Yep, my thoughts exactly.
And as chat says, you know, Strength 2 did lead to the bottle. For all we know, there could be another bottle. Pushing that Strength 2 path makes sense. It's the correct choice from volume standpoint. Your path kind of points there as well.
That's 30, is it not?
That's Drew's 30th. Picking up the bombs. And I think we see the exact same route.
I'd be pretty surprised if it was not nearly identical. So this is probably the FPA moment. Yep, we're seeing Xavi
Yep.
come back, so that's probably the exact FPA moment.
Nice time for Drew to get that message.
Mm-hmm.
Already paused. Xavi has picked up a hook somewhere. Highly doubt
Yep.
it's going to be a long time until we see Drooness pick it up.
All right, we're good to go. I'm gonna do a countdown in the race room, and then we'll get it back started. All right.
He is in Composer Grave with Din's Fire on his bar. It might have been Composer Grave.
It might be. Could well be.
Oh,
We did hear a countdown somewhere.
there it is.
There's the Sun Song. On the Sun Song spot. That's great. It's easy to collect skulls.
Easy to collect skulls. I'm sure past Xavi and past Drew are super pleased with that little bit. Oh, now the skulls are super easy.
Yeah, I mean, we may still need 10 more.
I mean, at this point, would you not just do 10 more for the sake of doing 10 more for the guaranteed bow? You're already at 30.
Oh, 100%, because you're going into Spirit Temple. You go into Spirit Temple, you've got 4 more skulls there.
Mm-hmm.
For Xavi, he's got the hook shots, that's 5 more skulls. That's you halfway to the bow already.
Yeah, see?
You've got Furor's Wind, so you can go into Forest Temple, get 4 there, and just lay Furor's Wind, and come back
Yeah.
with the bow later. Collecting those 10 as soon as you've got the hook shot is incredible. The hook shot and Sun Song is incredibly easy, because there's just skulls littered all over the world for you now.
Practically free. Yep, there is a key adult side.
I mean, if Drooness follows the exact route Xavi did, whatever that route was, really the time difference is the
Is
difference.
minimal.
The time difference is the time Xavi gained from going child first.
Yep.
Picks up that lead at the very start, and really we've seen very little material change.
Now, is this setting... I would imagine this setting for Roars inside fire and dipping. Maybe doing the first... I wouldn't even do the first check. You know, it's foolish. No? Guess we're gonna get the first check. Oh, never mind. There's a bow.
Oh, there's a bow. Yeah, you're gonna check this at some point anyway. I don't think it's too...
Okay, good. We're at least gonna set 4s in here.
You'd have to think carefully about it, but... yeah. So our bow was 30 locked. Our hook shot was 30 locked. Everything's been 30 locked.
That's just gross. That's just disgusting. Funny, but
We're gonna see the word I'm looking for. Colossus Fairy, likely? Or are we just going straight into Spirit?
Well, we have to dip into Spirit to at least get the ZL.
That's true, that's true.
It's possible, just on the arch with pre-planted beans.
Is also possibility. I don't know what that was.
Worth riding for. What? Oh, nope, never mind. Gosh, I'm getting juked.
It wasn't shiny.
Every time.
I know that much.
Yeah, no, every time it's just like, no. Yeah, no. You wanna, no. No, we're just gonna go immediately into Spirit here.
Yeah, I understand this. Because if you can get a key on the boulder room, then it kind of... You've got a huge amount of stuff you can do.
Yeah, true. Oh, we have no range to actually hit. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, this is almost painful. I hate this trick.
I disagree with your assessment of it as almost painful. It's very clearly painful.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I hate this trick so much.
There's no almost in this. Yeah. It was worth a good try. It is possible. You can do that with the bombs. It's very precise, but it is possible.
Yes. Indeed, doable, but...
It's something worthwhile on the arch. We are going there.
Shoot. That makes it doable, actually.
Okay, there we go, yeah. Oh, choose make the, choose make hitting the crystal free.
Yep.
I mean, as long as you know where to place it, because the room is not square, it's not level. Walls are not perpendicular. So finding the exact point to do it from is not easy. It's something you need to pick a line in the wall that works for you. There isn't skill in that, in my opinion. It's just rote memorization.
That is the coolest way I've seen that one picked up in a while. God, I love watching Drew do this. Absolute swag.
Swag. The fans. And Drew is going to get to go higher. This is just... See, we know the hookshot isn't here. Drew is going to be perfectly capable of clearing all the same stuff as Xavi is. He's going to have to leave the dungeon at some point to come back in. Since he isn't able to hookshot back up.
True.
Into Adelside. So, while it's not a huge time loss, it is. Again, it's more time eking away.
At the very least, he should be able to set this, like, depending on location, he can set the shortcut.
Can't set the shortcut without the hammer.
No, he can set the mirror shortcut, so he can just hookshot up to it on the way through.
Melt the face. Yeah.
He still was worried that 40 bow is going to be required. He's going to go climb up and get a bow and be like, oh, sad.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. If Xavi finds the boss key here, he's going to be able to complete Spirit.
Yeah, Xavi
while
kills.
Drew is going to have to come back. It's not a huge time loss, but Xavi's already ahead. Losing another even 40-50 seconds is 40-50 seconds Drew needs to make back somewhere to win this.
Yep.
We're getting his own bow.
Yep. Gotta be like, oh, well.
Both of them can beat Forest Temple. It is out of logic, and it involves a lot of walking, unfortunately. So I wouldn't be too surprised if we don't see it for a while. It is progress that can be done, but when it's out of logic at the moment, there's no guarantee that you're going to get much use out of items, so actually walking there might just lose you time. Forest Temple. I think it's less the it being locked only by hammer and more the you have to walk there.
Yep.
So while you can do it out of logic, my view is that it might be nicer just to wait until you get the hammer and beat Fire Temple and get Minuet, get you directly there.
Yep, that's my thoughts exactly on it too.
For all we know, that the hammer is the hammer might be the go mode item.
Mm-hmm.
Hammer
Someone said
might
that earlier.
block everything else. Forest is the last logical dungeon, so there's no items there. So spending the time walking there doesn't actually gain you anything.
Though it is possible that we're looking at, Fire Temple locks Forest. Forest has the Iron Boots. You get into water for your Rudos, and there's your Jabu, and that could be the order we're looking to.
I mean, my routing decision really in this would, I explained my reasons, but my reasons would actually be walking's boring, so I wouldn't be doing it.
Pure joy in entertainment's the reason. Which honestly, yeah.
Oh yeah,
I don't know.
yeah. It's why when I have the option of doing Stone Fire, I won't do Stone Fire, because it involves doing Fire Temple.
Oh, yeah. That's why when I have the option of doing Stone Shadow, I don't. Don't want to do that either.
At least with Foolish Fire, you don't have the question of whether you stay in it. You just go in, you do it, you get out, you forget it ever existed.
Mm-hmm. And at least with Beatable only, there's a very good chance you aren't going all the way up.
Yep. Although, if I remember right, it places the boss key first when making the seed, so it being required only doesn't actually mean that you're more likely to get to the boss key. Hookshot shift in wall room.
Yep. Gotta love it. So much fun.
I do enjoy in Master Quest how you need the long shot to access this room. So to counterbalance having the long shot, they made it into a silver rupee puzzle.
Yeah, we're gonna make it awful in one way, so we're gonna make it awful.
Yeah,
way.
they added 2 or 3 fire keys in as well, just to really shake things up.
Oh yeah, because that was also completely necessary. Fire keys make everything better, don't they?
If it was a bad Kaiser ROM hack, they'd put ice keys in.
I mean, almost preferable. Almost.
See, everyone talks about the Song of Time blocks in Master Quest. Nobody talks about the Stalfos. Every second room has 3 Stalfos in it.
Have you watched me fight Stalfos? You want me to talk about Stalfos? No thanks.
Well, we have Xavi has now beaten our first medallion. 1 hour 34. Oh no, Deku. I forgot Deku was one. We started with Stone.
Oh yeah.
We now have our second one, which is Spirit Temple, which is not something you see very often.
No, not hearing that out. Not listening. La 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 la, I can't hear you. Just fingers in the air, la 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 la, can't hear you, la 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 la. Nope.
The Lizzle Foster's trying to get down Mr. President, save the crystal there. Blocking the arrow with his own body.
Yeah. Gotta admire the dedication. Nope.
would this hookshot be that Xavi has picked up, but Drew did not? The thing that comes to mind for me is the Rail Fairy.
I could see it. I think Composer's Grave, Torches makes a lot of sense, because I think he got it just before the FPA came back.
Maybe, yeah. He's finishing off Kakariko, picking the last check off the box. Yep, we're seeing Colossus Fairy now. This was one of the other possibilities for that hookshot.
Yeah. It's gonna feel really bad if it's right here, because it's like, oh, if I had just done this first.
It is not. It looks like we're getting the Composer Grave now from Drooness' side. I don't know if anyone checked the Crater Fairy. We do have hover boots. We do have bombs.
Yeah, I would assume, but I mean, I've been wrong before.
I don't think we've seen it because it's slow to do. Crater Fairy's logically hammer locked. There is a legal trick to get into the Crater Fairy without the hammer.
Yep. I'm gonna guess by Xavi going here, he hasn't done this yet himself.
I doubt it. It's possible, but it is slow. Once you've unlocked that many checks, spending the time doing it is unlikely, and it looks like this is where the hookshot was.
Yep.
Yeah, there we go. So it was in the Composer Grave. The Clifftop and Crater has been checked already. It was big, and I can't remember what it was. Mirror Shield, it was the Mirror Shield. Yeah, and there's confirmation that Xavi did not... Oh, actually, no, it's not confirmation of anything. Yeah, was there anything that wasn't? No, that hovers was the last thing. Which kind of makes sense, because they needed to go all over the place to pick up skulls anyway.
Yep. You're having to re-dip in here, just kill Rove, but honestly, not the worst way to be about it right now.
It's not a huge investment.
No,
Something
having
you're
to
gonna
climb without the hook shot was a little annoying.
Yeah. As I said earlier, it's not a huge time loss, but it's a couple of minutes, and Drooness is already behind.
Yeah.
Every minute lost now is a minute they have to make up. Oh, they have to make up later.
Yeah, no, we Cranks, we literally had no access to the desert, no Eponas, no anything. Like, the only way we would have been going there would have been if we skipped in with that bottle and decided, but even then, you didn't have Zeal or Hover, so we couldn't have even done that. Yeah, like, we had absolutely, not even out of logic, absolutely no way to get to GTG without the hover boots.
Hard luck.
Hard lock, logical and illogical.
Trying to think. Have I seen a required only seed with Stone Shadow and hovers on skulls, where the hovers weren't hard required?
Well,
I think the answer is no. I think the answer is no. I think I've seen it in every single time.
Yeah. I was gonna say, the thing is that we are also looking at, no hovers or CL, so you couldn't get in there whether you wanted to or not.
Yeah.
Like, no, we're pretty on a gross line here. Which, I'm usually pretty okay with. So.
Yeah. Basically, every location that stuff has been so far has tricks that bypass the requirements,
Mm-hmm.
but not the particular requirements that were hover slogged.
Exactly. That 30 hovers.
Yeah,
Been...
well, the hook shot was on an easily cheesable location if you have Zelda's Lullaby, which we didn't. We had the whole of ice. We had the whole of Ice Cavern available if you had Zelda's Lullaby or hovers, which we didn't.
Yeah, I wouldn't be thinking about Shadow right now. Like, I understand that
It's
there's
still
a
out of
realistic
logic because
world.
it's out of logic because we don't have access to the minuet check at the moment. But I
I'm
think
mildly
beyond that,
curious.
there's also the fact that it is Stone Shadow persuades people not to do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not quite half of well. There's 2 checks left in the well.
Yeah, because we peeked to the other 2. So it's literally just dead hand.
It's a decent distance to walk for it. Do you play Forest now and Hammer later? I think the time it takes to walk to Forest Temple's enough to persuade me not to do it anyway.
See, normally I'm on the same boat, but right now, while I'm so desperately thin on checks, I almost think I would go Forest just to kind of take a breather and
Peek whether there's an Iron
reconsider.
Boots in there or something.
Yeah, plus, I mean, like, yeah, we could find Iron Boots in there and literally give us all the time in the world to go, well, let's go to Water next. Probably
Yeah,
find
if you've run
Rudos.
out of ideas, Forest Temple is even beyond what you can find there. It's breathing space, as you said.
Yep. Which occasionally, especially with such a hard bottleneck, is pretty nice to have.
The argument is you might find irons or long shot in there. You might, but you're gonna need to go in there at some point anyway. And then you're gonna need to find the hammer anyway.
Yep.
Sure, you might have the progress earlier, but it's still the same length of time.
The other thing to consider is you can also start logically eliminating ideas. Like if you found long shot or iron boots inside of force, it's like, okay, so I don't have to worry about water having what I need, knowing it has Rudas. I don't have to worry about ice at all, where skipping into ice might be a consideration otherwise.
Very true.
Like if you found long shot and irons there by whatever random happenstance, it's like, okay, so all GTG access is locked by hammer, so I literally don't even have to consider that. Oh, cool. I still could not tell what that was. I'm not even gonna sit here and try and play. He was hovering around it inches away, and still I didn't know what that was. Obviously, he would have stopped and got it.
Yeah, I'm presuming it wasn't like a long shot. He's just decided, I'll come back later.
I think it was a bomb refill, but I don't know.
So the items required for completion, we still have Water Temple, Jabu, Forest, and Fire Temple to beat. We need 6 medallions, and then to actually beat Ganon. So that's the 6 medallions, light arrows, magic, and a bow. We have a bow, we have magic, we have the light arrows. So all we need left at the moment are the items to beat Fire Temple, Jabu, and Water. So that is an Iron Boots, a Long Shot, Ruto's Letter, and the Hammer. So it's still a fair whack of items to get.
Yeah.
This has been a slow seed just because of how big a bottleneck that those hover boots were.
Oh man. Looks like.
Yeah, this is definitely a pessimist seed.
Mm-hmm. You're kind of seed, right?
Yes. Funnily enough, though, the first time it happened to me, I was the optimistic one, so I lost.
Oh. No, it can't be. It can't be that, right? I mean, it can. You don't want it to be. You never want that to be the answer, but yeah, it's always within reason.
There's strength 3 on chickens.
Oh no. What? What?
OGC fairy for the hammer?
What? Hold on. Can we?
That's the only thing
What?
that makes sense to me. OGC fairy for the hammer.
If they did 30 skulls and it was for nothing.
All is broken. Please hold.
Well, no, it can't be. It can't be because the
ZL was locked.
yeah, AZL was locked, but B, it's accessed. It couldn't be a hookshot there because they had access to the other hookshot. Both of them are ZL locked and Hover's locked, so the 30 is still very much required.
Unless, and hear me out on this. This is long shot, hammers on shoot the sun, and that's our forest access still.
Wait, what were we talking about? It's the wallet. Wallet's path to Van Ganon. The
No,
Fire
it's the,
Temple. Oh no, wait, there was
yeah, no, it's the strength.
So it has to be strength 3. There has to be something here.
There has to be 100%. There is something right here. There's no question in that. I want this to be the second hook, so that 30 skulls hovers was bait because of chickens when they turned on one chicken.
Likely option that locks the most things is the iron boots.
I'm not saying. Oh yeah, no, you're right. You are, but
Yeah, the iron boots. 'Cause that unlocks Water Temple, which unlocks your Ruto's Letter, which gives you Jabu and Ice and Fountain.
okay. I'm not upset about that. I was hoping it was going to be hookshot because that would have made the hover boots. I mean, the hover boots are still necessary, I guess, because of ZL. Yeah, no, ZL would have locked both at that point. I'm so curious as to, like, it has to just be like hammer here, doesn't it? But
Didn't even ban chickens this time. They did set one chicken.
I know.
We'll see how fast Drew goes to it.
Oh, he's got so much progression to do, though. Xavi was the one sticking in lot. There's the long shot.
There's our long shot. So that might be good for... That might be good for Drooness, as they will be able to fully clear water when they go in.
Yeah, because that, I mean, that's gold scale water. They might be able to fully dodge. Because we know where the boss key is. As long as it's not central pillar for the actual item. Like, that might have been huge.
If it is that big, even if they do skip the iron boots...
Yeah.
And the issue is if they are following the logic for that hammer. At this level of play, it'll have worked out that the hammer is the way to Forest Temple. And if they chase the hints they've got, which, you know, why wouldn't you do that?
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to be led to the iron boots instead of the hammer. So, if you're a Drew fan, you're looking for them to stumble into the hammer before they start chasing logic.
This does slightly sadden me in the fact that I don't think that was a path bottle anymore, though. It might still have been. No, Iron Boots I guess don't put that many in, do they? Not without ZL.
I think it is a hookshot lock too. I think it is a path bottle. I don't know whether our actual path was pointing towards it. I'm pretty sure that bottle is on the path.
Yeah, no. Like I said, I'm sitting here. I'm like, I don't actually. Yeah, I had to reconsider for a second. I don't think it locks that much.
Yeah, it just removes the idea that strength 2 to get the bottle is
Yeah.
anything. A grotto does exist. Yeah, we did get into fire.
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the issues is when we were counting the skulls, our question at the time was the bow, because that's the more painful of the two.
Yep.
And see, the thing is, if the letter isn't long shot locked, then Avi isn't really losing time by not doing forest first.
No, not terribly.
Won't be able to pull off the Thrower's Wind strat to make beating Morpha easy, but
True.
Hammer can be in water. There really isn't very much in water that's long shot locked. This dip into water is completely in logic. Everything we're looking at is in logic. This is not in logic until
Rudo's or Hammer.
either,
Rudo's or Hammer
either
puts it into
Rutos
logic.
or the hammer.
Yeah.
And at this point, one of the two is in Water Temple. I'm pretty sure that one leads to the other. I can never do this peak.
Yeah, I'm
I
all
don't think
for
that
this
is
too.
anything though.
Nope.
It's small, whatever it is.
Yep.
Whether it's a key or not, I'm not sure.
This is at this point.
Don't think it is that big for Drew, actually. Yes, they don't need to do Central Pillar, but the item and the boss key are... They're going to be doing the same checks in water. They're going to be taking the same route in water.
Yeah, no, but being able to skip the child segment, because Xavi had to go back child to get strength 3 to come back and get Iron
Getting the
Boots.
chickens.
Yep. Chicken. Delicious, delicious.
There are others nearby.
Yeah.
On the plus side, there is no way to go into Water Temple without hover boots, which is the worst type of water temple. Hoversless. Right, what does Blue Po have for us today? It's a small key.
Yeah, no
I
one
don't
in-
understand how I did Water Temple as a child without hover boots.
Very, very carefully.
I just don't understand how I continued playing the game. I had to pause the game to put on boots.
Yep. Got it.
I couldn't just walk directly over the top of all the puzzles.
We've been spoiled.
Wasn't Master Quest, so there wasn't even a room with 8 Dodongos.
Where did we missed a check? Did he skip Floormaster? Or no, he didn't do bulky chest. He probably did the quick. Oh, it looked small. I must be fine.
I think I have a... Okay, there's Ruto's letter in water.
What?
I think I
Oh,
have a 80% punished rate every time I try to not untwist the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like I'll have picked up 4 keys and the boss key, and it'll be like, oh well, chances are I don't need it. It's always a small key. It's always a thing you
So,
need.
Rudos now puts GTG into logic. I wouldn't go immediately to GTG, but it's in logic.
I definitely wouldn't, because you've got Fountain.
Yeah. Well, you've got Fountain, you've got Jabu, you've got Ice Cavern.
Yeah. Because, well, I mean, here's the other thing. Navi's got Iron Boots. Domain's foolish, Fountain's not.
Yeah.
There's an Iron
Very
Spot
true.
check in there.
Oh, if it ends up being under icy waters, that's going to be so punishing.
Be a hammer down there. There is
Admittedly.
something else here.
Could just be Hammer right here. And a Water Temple with all 4 checks that it has could be loaded today. And Water Temple with all
It
4
is
checks
indeed.
just happens to be loaded today. That puts us in comms on no mode, doesn't it?
Hammer, long shot, irons, your toes. Yeah, I believe so. Oh, just missing out on the gamer shot. Drew's side there. But yeah. And that is one of these things about
Bobby.
seeds that are so heavily bottlenecked.
Xavi's been practicing Blitz lately, and Xavi got a little too used to free boss key.
I would so love if Foolish Fire just removed the boss key, but unfortunately we don't live in that world.
No.
We do not live in that utopia.
You are also too used to Blitz. No boss key needed.
Oh, Water Temple and Fire Temple are so nice in Blitz. You just walk in, you walk straight back out.
Mm-hmm. I think this is just going to be straight up push your progression execution race at this point, and
Yeah.
honestly, so Xavi is a Water Temple ahead, but depending on how Drew routes Water Temple, he could potentially skip out on part of the checks. I don't see that being very likely, but possible.
Honestly, I think Xavi's still 3 or 4 minutes ahead, as he has been the entire siege, essentially.
I would say he's probably still a little bit ahead as well, but he's got an
This is
entire
made back
hike to
time.
force, and oh no, he's not gonna have to hike to force anymore. He's got just force.
He's not going to hike.
Yeah.
He's going to get the benefit of being able to warp there. Yeah, Xavi's lead has fluctuated a bit between, 1 minute to 8 or 9 minutes ahead. Generally speaking, every choice that changes it, Drew makes back time. Just, so far, not enough. There's plenty left to play, though.
Oh,
As
absolutely.
Hollow said, this comes down to execution at this point.
Mm-hmm.
These players are both very good at execution. You don't get to the quarterfinals in the main brackets without being pretty hot stuff.
How deep into fire are we gonna have to go? If you had anything to say about it, we would barely be here at all. It'd literally be a boss key next
you
to the
gonna-
boss.
You really gonna ask that question? Foolish
I-
Go Fire Temple. Where's the boss key? We know where the boss key is. It's at the very top.
Okay, look. I can be hopeful.
We can dream. We can have our dreams crushed, but we can also dream.
Barely gets on pier. I'm pretty sure both runners set their pier, so I don't think that's a big deal. Oh, thank you for calling that happy. 2 hours, everybody. We got Xavi and Drooness being nice enough to let us restream this. Palm and Emerald Mousy tracking for us. Golden Devil, thank you for restreaming, and once again, Kalo, thank you for coming and comment.
And thank you too, Hollow. I'd say it's been good, but this seed has been distinctly uncomfortable, I'd say. Uncomfortable.
Gonna have to ask Xavi if he thinks this was worse or better than the Challenge Cup seed that no one...
Well, we're in no mode at 2 hours 1, so
Yeah.
I think that's a good enough sign that it's better.
Yeah, that's my thoughts. I just remember him saying he didn't want to play anymore after watching that one, and I found that to be fun.
Oh yeah, this is a very normal bad seed. Settings have not. The settings have have impacted this seed basically no way.
I mean, one chicken technically had impact.
One chicken technically has, but acquired only hasn't done anything for us. We've not entered Shadow at all. Open Deku gave us a bum bag, but the Kukiri sword was Sphere 2? Yeah, Sphere 2. You got Sphere 1, Song of Storms. Kukiri sword was right there. Yeah, this was the exact kind of bad seed a draftless Minobot would roll to spite you.
Yeah, true. Here we go, gold scale water.
Yep. You know where the boss key is, so it's very fair to decide. I've got a 1 in... Yeah, you have to add morph in, so a 1 in 10 chance that my item's not accessible.
Yep, Drew's just going to be blitzing through the dungeons where Xavi's having to be super thorough and make sure, oh, is long shot here? Admittedly, Fire Temple's not that case because Foolish Fire.
Xavi's going to be blitzing through them anyway. You could say that he's going to try and be thorough, but he's going to get Minuet. The only time difference that may be is that he'll do Crater Fairy. Beyond that, his next step is go pick up Minuet, go to the forest, end up in Go mode. So this Go mode doesn't change things for either player. Their next steps take them to Go mode.
Yeah.
Kind of nice that despite hovers locking the entire seed, Stone Shadow is completely optional. As I said earlier, I am yet to see Stone Shadow with hovers on skulls where the hovers weren't hard required. And it's never been for Shadow Temple. Last time I had it, it was both hook shots were in Fire Temple with Bolero Vanilla. There are so many ways that hover boots can just hard lock everything in the most awkwardly minor ways.
Yeah.
I'd be making his money's worth out of that for his wind. Has Xavi not set Scarecrow song?
He said it. I don't know if he
I think
actually
he has.
confirmed it.
Yeah, I think that's what we're seeing at the moment. This Furor's Wind usage, I don't think he's set the Scarecrow. I remember if I know Drew set the set his child, but I don't know whether he's also done the
whether he's confirmed or not.
Drew does have long shot, can do pixel shot.
This is true.
Depending on how fast he sets it up, though, Don't know if he's actually saving that much time since they have Serenade and Furor's Wind.
I mean, it depends on how
It
good
might
he
sound
is.
like a disaster. Yeah, it might sound like a disaster, Pierre being the last thing.
Yeah, no.
And I mean, I don't know about Drew's routing, but personally, with Furor's Wind, if I was doing Pixel Shot, I'd be doing Hammer and highest score on first before Pixel
Yeah.
Shot.
Now, the thing is, if you're Drew,
Even if you're
you
good
need
at
to
it, it's no
avoid...
trick.
Hmm?
Even if you're good at it, it's inconsistent and
Yeah.
can eat up a lot of time.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, if you're Drew here, I think you have to skip Boss Key because you know long shot's locked by Hammer, which is somehow locked by Irons. So you know Boss Key shouldn't be anything here. Because you're
Yeah.
just literally looking for Rudos, but I mean, I guess you might do it because you are looking for Rudos. Yep.
Yeah. Quickly though, has the long shot, doesn't need to bother with backflipping with the hover boots.
Oh.
Getting a bit fancy with the setup there. Sometimes it's faster just to wait for the boulder.
Yeah. And of course...
And what did we say? What did we say?
I don't
Go
want to
mode.
hear it.
Go mode, Foolish Fire Temple.
Go mode, foolish, beatable only Fire Temple.
Never anywhere else. Literally never anywhere else.
Yeah, I know. I don't have to like it. Okay, you don't have to make me like it. But yeah.
I'm laughing. I hate it, but I'm laughing.
Yeah. I'm watching, so it doesn't hurt me as bad. Yeah, I don't have to play it. I just get to watch, so it doesn't hurt me as bad. Still stings a little bit deep in the soul, but...
That is such a smooth jump in War Temple. I'll sit with my slow ledge grab setup like a pleb.
Oh, long-shotting over to that. It's every second or two. Really counts.
I think Drew quite knows at this time how much those seconds matter.
Oh, yeah.
I think the only extraneous thing Xavi is going to do is the Crater Fairy. And then he's on a straight line to go mode.
Yep. That was an attempt at being a troll, Volvagia, so you get to die for that one. Don't try to troll. It's not nice. No one likes it.
Oh, just slightly too late. To step away for about 40 seconds. If you don't miss anything.
Yeah, no. Let's see. We got that Ruda's letter coming in. Song of Time, gonna go down, grab the boss key, and hopefully still remember to do Dragon. Dragon's not too hard from up here with the bow, thankfully. There is our forest met. I wonder what song could possibly be here. Couldn't. I mean, I would assume Drew checks Dragon here. I don't see a realistic world where you just decide not to for the fun of it. But Drew is still missing the path to Volvagia and could still be like, oh, it's not Iron Boots. So it could just be like, I might be behind. I need to just go. Okay, good. No, Drew's going to check. I mean, it's a quick peek, so I don't see why you wouldn't. And side turn, side hop, and you're in.
Did I spot one back there?
I believe you did. I'm not 100%, but I believe. In Crater Fairy. There's the hammer, and that's gotta be okay.
Yep, that explains the path in Deku Tree.
I mean, bombs or hammer or strength or whatever. I mean,
Yeah, it was. There was a bomb bag in Deku Tree.
oh yeah, there was a bomb
So we
bag
know it
in
wasn't-
Deku Tree.
Oh no, wait, it's the strength as well because you need iron boots for.
Yep, it was the strength in Deku, but the thing is that was technically a path bomb bag, because we have seen all three of them now. One in Forest on Falling Ceiling, and then one right
So
there.
basically, what we're saying is every major item that we picked up in the first 40 minutes was path.
Yep. Drew, I believe, is full go mode, so I believe it's just going to be... We're going to be able to skip parts of Jabu. The fact that Xavi's going Jabu first means he's going to need to clear Jabu. Drew doesn't. So I mean, it's one check. It's legitimately... or two checks. It's bubbles and it's boomerang chest. But that is still time that Drew needs. Yeah, no, it doesn't gain a lot, but it is time that Drew needs right now.
The two of them aren't that far apart. All things
No,
considered.
this
They're
is
in
Drew
very
hitting...
different locations, but...
Yeah, this is Drew hitting 4 meds where Xavi's only got 3. Xavi still needs to do Forest, Water, Jabu, whereas Drew is on Fire, Jabu. So it's a matter of Forest versus Fire, pretty much. Yeah. I'm actually agreeing with Inko here.
Yeah.
I think Drew is actually ahead now.
Yeah, the placement of that hammer has been what's done it.
Mm-hmm.
If hammer wasn't in Water Temple, I wouldn't be surprised to see Drew following the logic into those iron boots.
But yeah, being able to dodge the irons, that child segment. I think the Forest play also helped a lot because that let him just commit. Yep, Forest went back to fire.
Well, there's no way Xavi doesn't go directly to Forest after this.
No. I've been playing too much Blitz lately.
Yeah,
I see us have to go to the bottom trying to get Rudo, and I get very, very sad very, very quickly.
Yeah. Drew on floor 1 for minor settings when.
Oh, please. I want it. I need it. It's just straight up goated setting. I love it.
Just objectively good.
Mm-hmm. Xavi is not in go.
Xavi will be in go as soon as he goes into Forest.
Yep.
Because the long shot that he needs is just on the way. It's in the courtyard.
Drew dancing's funny. Just dun 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 dun.
What else are you going to do in the flare dancer fight?
I know. Doesn't make it less funny. But in reality, I mean, since you're having to go all the way to Hammer Chest anyway, he's not saving any time in Fire.
Yeah.
So it's literally just going to be the fact that Xavi's going to check the 2 checks here that he doesn't need to.
How confident does Drew feel their pixel shot is? Do they go pixel shot?
I don't know. And so the other part to think of is Xavi's going to be entering Forest Temple, getting the long shot, and being in go the second he gets that long shot. there weren't many keys. Like, if I recall correctly, Stalfos, or, Bow Chest and Blue Po weren't keys. So he's going to be able to just walk past those, because I think we had every single key by then.
Blue Po was a key, I remember that much.
No, because he killed Blue Po, but then had to go back for boss key chest. We said it was a key, because we thought he got that.
Oh, right, yeah.
But I mean, leave it to Comms and everyone else involved to tune out during Forest Temple, because that's just, what we do.
Yeah, I think we had Water Temple on the other side, and that's where the interesting stuff was, so...
Hey!
Some nice hoverboot noise there. Being a bit preemptive there, but that's always appreciated.
Yeah.
We're seeing long shot.
Drew gotta be sitting here saying, like, just please let the boss keep be the next chest. And every single chest is gonna be saying the exact same thing. Can you just let the launch shot be, or the boss keep be the next chest?
Drew, you've played this game often enough to know how it works.
Oh. And we say that, and then wee.
Land in the lava at least. Doesn't have to climb back up.
Yeah.
I think Xavi has lost all the time he's gonna lose.
Yep.
He's finished everything extraneous I think he's gonna do in this seed.
Yep. And he'll save a little.
He's now in a straight line.
Yep. And he'll save a little bit of time in Forest over Drew. Literally, this is an execution race at this point. Because it's all warps and everything else. They've got everything they need to get there. Honestly, Xavi does not lose that much time having to re-dip water.
Oh. Oh, 100% not, because the last thing he did was the Dark Link loop, so the water's already high. Doesn't need to bother re-raising the water. It is a space of what?
Yep.
Only 5 seconds to get to Morpha?
Oh, yeah, no. Absolutely no problem. Drew might not lose a little bit of time, but might, fall behind a little bit of time if he goes for Pixel Shot, which, I mean, maybe. I could see skipping it. Being like, last check here, I'll do Pixel Shot.
Yeah, it's hard for me to say because I refuse to acknowledge the existence of Pixel Shot, but
oh my.
With Ferore's Wind, I can see skipping it.
Yep.
Delay Ferore's Wind, where Xavi did, and for the best.
Xavi is still missing Long Shot, which is inside a Forest Temple.
My hot take of the seed is that the 1.2 version of Fire Temple music is better than the original.
Yes. How could you? No, not going for a box skip.
That's the other one I don't believe exists. Like, I don't acknowledge Pixel Shot because I won't do it. I think it's slower. I just refuse to believe box skip exists altogether.
I'll do Pixel Shot because I always, and I mean always, forget that Pierre exists. Apparently, he actually
I guess we completely don't... Yeah, I guess the Pixel Shot discussion was completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
That is true, Schultzer. Xavi is losing the swag competition.
No, it's really not that hard. It's just a little time consuming compared to just going up.
But having
Xavi
set
gonna run
Pierre
himself out of
is going to
sticks.
lose a little bit of time. Has run out of sticks, but we do have a Kikiri sword. It finally paid off. It finally paid off picking it up.
Only took until now. The swag, I love it. Drop the bomb, start the furores that were falling while casting. I love it.
I think that one's just good for, you know, like a mental boost. To feel better about your performance in the seed rather than save time.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you've got to do some swag for yourself, not just the fans.
Swag for yourself, not anyone else.
Straight to Adult has minuets. There's nowhere else you go.
Yep.
Melons, it's a lot closer than it looks. Drew does have to do, still has to finish off Fire Temple, and then do Volvagia, and then do two age changes in Jabu. Xavi's already got the boss key in Water. So Water is 2 minutes, at most. 2 minutes, and that probably includes the cutscenes.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like a huge lead. I would say I can't even say a lead necessarily. Like this is going to come down a lot to just. I mean, we're probably looking at maybe a minute separating them.
Yeah. It's close, but either person's execution could change that, so it's not really worth judging it until they finish.
Exactly.
It's not really worth judging it until they enter Ganon's castle. I wouldn't say that. They've both done well. They've both done good execution, and they've both made mistakes. Neither has been perfect, but I mean, you're not gonna get that. You're still dancing, even after getting the inevitable news that the boss key is on the hammer chest.
Oh, yeah. I mean, at this point, you already know.
Yeah. Once again, this is the pessimist seed.
Oh, right. But see, we here on comms love pessimist seeds because they're content.
As long as they're played by optimists.
As long as they're played, yeah. Because when they're played by pessimists, then it's just like, oh well, you just found the line really early. Good for you.
Yeah. It's only Schadenfreude if they're not expecting it. It is faster to jump down and hit the pillar. Must be, isn't it?
I would assume so.
Xavi successfully pulling off a technique there that I didn't in my last race, which is when you set Furor's wind, not accidentally warping yourself out of the dungeon. I did do Shadow Temple.
Guilty of that too.
Do Shadow Temple twice last time.
No. Yeah, I've been known to do that too. It's not the funnest. It's the funniest, but it's not the funnest.
Yeah, getting ready to go into the Shadow Pot room, and then you're in training grounds.
Xavi's gonna come across this, like, Xavi's gotta be, like, nervous. Where is this long shot? Where is this long shot? No! Oh. He's just here the whole time, okay.
There's 8 items in Forest, so hopefully he's still somewhat optimistic.
This is a pessimist seed. Why would you be optimistic in a pessimist seed?
I didn't say I would be doing it, but...
Okay. As long as we're on the same page.
Oh, has he got it? Oh, he does, just. It's true. It's hard to find Volvagi's weak point. Even when she is desiccated skull on the floor. Oh, just 2 age changes and boo between them. Xavi is already halfway through Forest already. It's with Serenade and the boss key.
Like, he can skip
Morph
some
is more
checks there if he
cutscene
knows. He's missing 2 keys right now. Which I think one of them was Red Poe, and the other one was Boss Key.
Yeah, one of them was boss key.
Cutscenes. I think the other one was Red Poe, if I remember correctly.
I'll be honest, I'd shut out Water Temple. It's the natural thing to do.
Yeah.
You see them in Forest Temple, you acknowledge the items they pick up. They've beat Phantom Ganon, and you wipe that. You wipe it. It's like cleaning a hard drive for reuse.
Xavi got the peak really good there.
Yeah. Saving back some time. Drooness has made it through Fire Temple, and getting here, it is their seed to lose now, I would say.
I would think so. This is going to come down to about a minute between them, though, I think. Which, I say this every time I watch these. And I will always say this every time I watch these. The fact that their routes diverge so wildly and they're still going to end up within a minute of each other is one of the coolest things watching top runners.
Yep, we saw at the start in the stats page, their average time is 33 seconds apart. Even if I think their fastest time was taken from a scrub seed. As good as Xavi is, was seed 2 in the qualifiers. Having his top finish time be 1:23 is a bit optimistic. Either that or they've been playing plays.
I mean, I know Xavi has. This is all just ground covering now.
Very smooth Stalfos. Yeah, very smooth Stalfos. Isn't losing much time in Forest.
Oh, he still has to kill blue pokes. You need to light the stupid torch. I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Stupid pose.
Maybe 3 key forest could have done something, but we're talking 20 seconds at most.
Yeah.
And, you know, those 20 seconds could make a difference.
Oh, gosh.
They might not. But that implies you hit the 3 key forest first time. And I'm not sure anyone is 100% confident of doing that. A deceptively hard trick. No, Inko, I know I should know how to do 3 key forest. Drew is rocking. I'd say they're ahead. Not by much, but they're ahead. The tracker may make it look closer, further apart than it is. Because once Xavi beats the Forest Temple, has Water Temple already complete except the boss. It's just a matter of serenading, beat the boss, go to Ganon.
Yeah. I mean, like we said, we are within a minute of each other here. I do think Drew's ahead at this point.
It should still be enough.
Yep.
Drew is
the 25-minute more for cutscene. Don't you mean like the 35-minute part? I think you're really being way too kind.
We are exaggerating though. The Morpha cutscene's only 20 minutes. It's the 15-minute lake raising cutscene that adds up.
Oh, I was lumping them together, weren't you? I thought everyone was just gonna lump those together.
Oh no, they're
all
two
one
separate
cutscene.
cutscenes. They're 2 separate cutscenes.
Oh, okay.
If it was one cutscene, that would be nice because I could use it for a toilet break. But unfortunately, the game makes you walk into the blue light.
That's right, your obligatory bathroom break every seed, right?
Well, I mean, I had to put it as a split because it happens so often.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's sometimes I gold the split.
Oh, wow.
I get a little bit of pride then. Players have played really pretty flawlessly from Go Mode onwards.
Honestly, yeah. This is the part where, I mean, if you were to... Oh, we're going for the box skip. Oh, man. Imagine losing so you tried to box skip and failed like 10 times.
As I said, doesn't exist. Box skip doesn't exist.
Oh, no. No. Oh, second try, good.
There we go. Getting synchronized bosses. But time is definitely on Drooness' side, even with the age changes.
Mm-hmm.
And Ganon is just so slow. The boss.
Right. There's not a whole lot you can do about it.
You just gotta do it.
Yep, have fun, relax, and wait. Everyone loves the waiting, don't they?
Not quite getting the zero cycle in Phantom Ganon, but a quick 1 cycle. Synchronized boss start, synchronized boss finish. Unfortunately, Xavi's got a full Morpha kill, while Drooness just has 1 age change. And Morpha about the time Drooness gets into Ganon's castle.
Yep.
Considering Drooness has the double defense, I don't think we're going to see any unintentional panic deaths.
I mean, they could always happen, but I would doubt it at this point as well.
Yeah. I mean, with the hearts they're at, the Iron Knuckle fight could have done it if it was still 4 hearts per hit, not
Yeah.
2 hearts.
Oh, so close too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would be fairly surprised.
Oh, we're about 5 minutes into the Morpha cutscene. Well, I was mostly right. There was only 1 cutscene off of my prediction. It's an extra minute. It's at least 1 age change's worth of time.
Yes.
Yeah, the Morpha cutscene's 34 seconds, but you have to add on the lake raising cutscene too.
Oh yeah, gotta raise the lake.
So it is a full minute. It's a age change in a bit. Alphos rolling a bit here. This is why you buy a shield. How well it
No,
works
no,
for
no.
Stalfos.
No. We don't discuss that here.
That Stalfos fight has pushed Drew into death. 1-hit death from these Iron Knuckles, so...
But
Looks like it's smooth.
pretty smooth.
Yeah.
Not terribly surprised about that though.
Personally, I'm a coward, so I would have done it 1 at a time.
Howard.
No, I know. As I said, though, I only completed 3 of the qualifiers, so...
Yep. It looked like, so my honest assessment was Xavi was trying to stay in logic, and that just ended up being the biter, is trying to force yourself to stay in the logic, when in reality your best bet was to just break out.
It wasn't the best bet was to break out.
Well, it's
I
not
mean,
the best bet, but it was the correct
what the
play.
assumption, what the likely option would be is that the logic was going to push you to the hammer. It just was the logic was pushing you to the irons instead.
Mm-hmm.
Could easily have gone the other way if it was hammer.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But today the seed said not.
Yeah, so he decided we're gonna try for violence today.
Ooh. I don't think you've got enough magic for a light arrow. Close one if he does.
He realized.
Oh, didn't think so. Still ahead even with this.
Yep.
This setback, but it's a setback.
Such a close race.
It's very close now. If Xavi can hit this one cycle on Ganon, and being polite with the big ball attack,
Yeah.
at least setting you up for a nice easy kill. Second cycle. We have it's a close race.
Very close
What we
race.
have. This is a best of 3, yes. This is game 1.
Yep.
Seven, 8, 9. Oh, and Xavi has also just...
Oof.
Not sure whether it was the timing off or just too far away.
But he does not have
I
to
can
go back
very
down.
consistently get 8. Yeah. Yeah, Drew has benefited from picking up that long shot earlier. But really, I don't think it was a correct decision to put him ahead. It was just a different one.
Yes.
Both choices were equally valid. When you've got
Correct in hindsight,
two
but not correct in the moment, maybe.
you've got two options that are equally valid as each other. You know, one of them is going to be right, but it could just as well have been the wrong one.
Mm-hmm.
If that hammer wasn't in Water Temple, it would have been the wrong one.
Yes. Or at least it could have been. It might have been, you know, grabbing Rudo's, then going Child and pulling it out of
Yeah.
Jabba or
Well,
something.
the hammer didn't even need to be irons locked for it to be the
No.
difference maker.
Oh, yeah, no.
With this equally long cutscene. And with a time of 2:45, 37?
2:44, 43.
2:44, 33, yes, I forgot about the FPA. But yeah, get your GG's in the chat for Drooness. We'll presume Xavi's going to finish this out.
Yeah.
Hello.
There they are.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
welcome in. So,
how do you both feel about that one?
Very fun seed with everything locked behind 30. So I pushed 30 so late that I felt really bad about it. And then my execution was really bad the whole seed. So it was just... I was sure that I had lost. Like, I thought he was going to finish while I was in Jabu or something.
you both covered basically the same ground, just in different orders. And really the one that made the time was you went to Forest out of Logic, and Xavi went to Jabu.
When
Stayed
did the
in
child
Logic.
clean up and picked up that strength 3?
Child clean up.
Yeah, didn't really
And
want to go to Faust without Minuet actually.
Yeah.
And Faust
Yeah,
was
I
not in
was-
Logic. That's why I was looking for another item in Child, like the
I was
strength 3
thinking
on
about
chains.
that, like the hammer and stuff, but
Yeah.
I thought like I didn't really need to follow logic as long as I could remember where I left it behind, and I just figured like there was still like a few items missing, and the more stuff that I found in Forest, the more information I had to look for hammer later.
Yeah.
So I just went.
Yeah, time-wise, I think it really came down to Xavi having to do the side rooms in Jabu.
Yeah, probably.
No, it was very close, and as I said, you basically weren't ever in the same area at the same time. You both did very different routes. Xavi, you were probably about 3 or 4 minutes ahead for the
A good
entire
majority
seed
of
up
it.
to that point.
Nice. Yeah, that didn't help me.
Your very first play of going child immediately and picking up the bombs in Deku Tree to take in adult one put you ahead for the majority of the seed.
I didn't feel that great actually when I read the hint in Temple of Time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the river path.
Yeah, and I went Child
Yeah.
directly. Nope.
Yeah, unfortunately, it didn't help that much. It just baited me into Dodongo's cavern, and I couldn't get anything in there.
Yeah. I did that as well.
It let you see there was a big chest.
Yeah,
Well, you get
which
the big
ended up
chest.
Was
being
that slingshot, right?
second slingshot, third slingshot.
Yeah.
17th slingshot. Who's counting
Yeah,
anymore?
something like that.
So, Xavi, you've been playing a little bit Triforce Blitz. I watched you walk right up to the Firebot's door.
No, I forgot. Yeah, actually, I was thinking there's no boss key because of Triforce Blitz, yeah.
Oh no.
No. I thought easy foolish fire, just go in there, finish Vavagia and leave again. And yeah, the boss key is obviously on Hammer Chest. Where else would it be in Foolish Fire?
It's a standard seed. It's Foolish Go Mode Fire.
Yeah.
Of course, it's got to be on Hammer Chest.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to the next race. Hopefully
yeah.
it's better
No, we
than
all
this.
are.
Yeah, I just want a
Yeah.
better seed, if anything. I don't like the whole like collect 30 with your bottle and
I was
This
thinking
really
that
was a pessimist seed. It's more of a case of when do I accept my fate?
yeah,
Just do
pretty
this
much.
cost.
I kind of expected you to go to ice because. Oh no, you can't go to ice. You don't have the AO hovers. Never
Yeah,
mind. Oh my god.
Everything you could do out of logic was
Hover
was
slot.
hard locked by
Oh,
one or the
God.
other.
I wasn't even thinking about it. I thought, Drew rushed ice. Okay, GG's.
No,
But you
couldn't even
couldn't
rush
even do
ice.
that.
Couldn't
Yeah.
nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, now that we were talking about that for a while, we're like, oh man, that 30 hover is actually just straight up hard locks everything, even out of logic. Ew.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, no, fantastic.
Yeah, just no
I don't know what you're
irons
talking
in
about.
OGC, and I think I have a good chance.
Yeah.
Well, do we have any questions from chat out there? Anyone have anything they want to ask?
The only thing I see in chat is a lot of people putting "not like this" after we mentioned the hover boots. So I think that's as good a comment on the seed as anyone can give.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wanted to give actually a big shout out to Cubs for the whole like handling of the FPA thing.
Yeah.
He like I
Yeah.
noticed the FPA call immediately and went to type paused, and he was in my voice channel before I could even type paused. I was like, wow, this guy's good.
Yeah.
But no, that's about
Yeah, I
all.
don't know what happened there. Somehow my
not
game
the
got
first time it's
covered by a freeze somehow,
Yeah.
by a different
You're
screen.
not
I don't
you're
know.
not the only person who's had OBS do that so far. Not even in this tournament. I think it's one of the newer updates has caused some issues.
Yep.
with save quits.
I'm so sorry you missed some sky farming there.
Yeah. Oh boy. Touch ripping
no,
content. Well, the thing is,
the
your tracker was still
annoying
working,
bit-
so we were able to keep up with where you were in skull farming.
Nice.
Annoying bit was we missed the hook shot, so
Oh yeah.
Yep, you came back right after getting it, and we didn't know exactly where you had gotten it. So it's like, oh no, where is
Directly
it?
next to me there in
Yeah, right.
composers, yeah.
but you came back on screen. I think just after you'd turned 90 degrees away from the chest, so we couldn't see it.
Yeah. Sorry.
No. No, we totally expect you to walk back and show us the big chest so we could all be like, oh, that's where it was. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, GG's to both of our runners. Palm and
Drooness was
Emerald
still
Mousy,
doing a
thank
little
you.
bit with the Volvagia kill.
Oh.
Letting Navi know that she doesn't know where the weak spot is.
Oh, yeah.
I do love that trick. Sorry, I interrupted your thanks. Go for it.
Oh,
Go for
yeah.
it.
I was going to say thanks to the trackers today, Palm and Emerald Mousy. Kalo, thank you for coming out and commenting this. Guys, thank you for letting us restream you, as always. I know it's part of the tournament, but it's still something appreciated.
Yeah, and thank you guys for commentating. And see you tomorrow for game 2,
boy.
Xavi.
Yeah, see you. Thanks for the restream.
Yep.
Thank you to Golden Devil too for restreaming, and thank you to Cubs for Cubs stuff.
Handling the FPA so quickly.
Yeah. So we are going to go raid Doc Keeps, but if you come back here in about half an hour, there's going to be an Ocarina of Time Lotad showcase. We also have today, tomorrow, Sunday, there's a lot of Ocarina of Time. MMR has a tournament going on, Link to the Past. NMG has a tournament going on. So there'll be a lot here on all of the ZSR channels the next few days. But for now, everyone have a good night, and thanks for watching.